Yo, what is going on YouTube and people of the world? Welcome back to another Zombecutioner. And with Easter Eggs for Charity 2017 airing tomorrow, I figured I'd go over the best Gobblegum setup for all you speedrunners out there to make sure that you guys smash those world records that you guys have been wanting to break for the longest time, but you can't figure out exactly what Gobblegums are the best for you to run. So of course, the first thing that you're really going to want to do is you're going to head on over to your Gobblegums and you're going to want to make sure that you pick that Speedrun Gobblegum pack. However, my favorite setup for Gobblegums is Raindrops, Immolation, Liquidation, Wall Power, Profit Sharing, and Shopping Free. Now, I really like Raindrops because Raindrops gives you a multitude of Gobblegums. It gives you those on the houses that you need, so you don't have to spend the extra money on perks. So you're going to get those free on the houses for your whole team. You're going to get nukes, you're going to get the death machines, you're going to fly through those rounds. Because, of course, if you're playing by the official speedrunning rules, you cannot use round robin, so we have to leave round robin out because honestly Easter eggs would go by so much faster if you could just use round robin, especially Easter eggs like Shadows of Evil where they are round based. But anyway, Immolation you're going to want, especially for maps like Revelations when you really need the Apothecary Servant and Little Arnie's. You're going to use your Immolations to get the guns you need. And of course, Wall Power because you want to get that early gun without spending the total 5,000 points that you would pack-a-punching it. So you're going to want to get yourself a Vesper or something that's really cheap that has ammo that's cheap when it's pack-a-punched. So I really prefer the Vesper, the VMP. Those are really good. That's why you got to run Wall Power. Of course, Profit Sharing is one of those that is up for question, but when I speedrun, I tend to do it with a group of people and we tend to stay together on a couple of those maps. We stay close, and Profit Sharing is great because you guys are going to get so many points. Every point that your teammate gets, you also get. So it's really nice to use, and it's a good thing, especially if you guys are low on points. It's going to make sure everybody profits from the points that we're getting in all of the kills. And of course, Shopping Free, that says for itself. You're going to be able to open up the whole map really quickly, really fast. It saves you a ton of points and a ton of time because you don't have to wait by the door to make sure you have enough points. So Shopping Free, if you could get that on round 1 or 2, it's going to save you so much time. And honestly, if you don't get it on those first 2 rounds, it's not even worth continuing on with your speedrun. You might as well start over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys a couple replacements for some of the Gobblegums. If you guys don't have things like such as Raindrops, or if you guys don't like Raindrops or want to use something different. So my replacement for Raindrops, of course, would be On the House. Or if you guys aren't a fan of On the House, I would use Fatal Contraption or Dead Nuclear Winter. Those 3 Gobblegums are going to be the best for you because On the House, of course, your whole team is going to save money on points and you guys aren't going to have to buy the perks. Of course, you may not get lucky and get Jug like a lot of people want, but it is really helpful to have some perks other than no perks. Now, Dead Nuclear Winter is really good, especially for Easter eggs that are time-based or round-based. You just nuke it, you get everything out of your way, it makes the rounds go by a lot faster. As long as you use them correctly, you don't want to use them to where it could sometimes, in fact, slow down the rounds and slow down the spawns. So you got to be really careful when you're using that. And Fatal Contraption is really good because you get the death machines. It's really good for the Shadows of Evil boss fight. When you get the Shadow Man out, you just use the death machine, shoot him right over the altar, and it's going to go by in about 10 seconds. It's super fast, super effective. But anyway, guys, pretty much Immolation you're going to need Immolation. There's nothing else I could really say that you guys would use. But as far as Wall Power, you could use anything such as like Bullet Boost if you are going to spend the 5,000 points. Anything from Respin Cycle to Ephemeral, all those stuff, those are really things you want to use. You could use a Crate Power, anything that's going to pack-a-punch your gun or repack it and save you some money. Those are always good things to use in place of Wall Power. Now, Profit Sharing, there's a couple different ones that you guys could use. You could, of course, use the double points or Who's Keeping Score. That's really good, especially if you're running Who's Keeping Score. It's really good to run that with someone who's using extra credit. Now, extra credit gives you 1,250 points as soon as you spawn it, and you can spawn multiple at a time, and if you use the double points simultaneously with the extra credit, you in fact do double those points. So that's really nice and really effective. If you guys want, you could run Perkaholic, but not really what I would say. You don't really need Perkaholic, especially if you go down, you're trying to speedrun. It does save you, but it doesn't benefit your team. And Shopping Free, there's really nothing you could replace it with other than maybe a Profit Sharing, maybe an extra credit, stuff like that. But other than that, you really want to get the map open as quick as possible. There's some other Gobblegums that people tend to like a little bit when they speedrun, and those are just things such as like Phoenix Up, Pop Shocks if you're on Shadows of Evil. But other than that, the only other things I could think of are insta-kills, maybe a soda fountain. Fear and Headlights is definitely really good for a lot of Easter eggs, as well as Undead Men Walking. I really like Undead Men Walking on Garad Crovey. But with the maps that we're going to be seeing Easter eggs for charity, the Gobblegums that I'm showing you guys are definitely the best for speedrunning. So you want to use those, you want to use them effectively, you want to make sure that if you don't have some of those Gobblegums, someone on your team does, so you guys can run them well, and make sure that you guys feed off of each other. One Gobblegum that I would really recommend using if you don't have any of these, or if you guys tend to go down a lot in boss battles, you should definitely use near-death experience if anybody has it, because near-death experience is one of those Gobblegums that you keep all your perks. You don't have to use something like a self-medication or an aftertaste. Near-death experience is, it's going to get your whole team up, your whole team's going to get points, all you need to do is be near each other. So it's really nice to use near-death experience, maybe not so much for speedrunning. And the last one, if you're on Dreisendrach, Head Drama is really good. It gets rid of those Panzers super fast. So Head Drama is only really good for Dreisendrach, but other than that, guys, those are the Gobblegums you're going to want to be running. You're of course going to want to put those on your speedrunning ones. As you can see, I have all of these other Gobblegum setups for different situations, but definitely make sure you got your speedrunning Gobblegum set up. You could even put them into separate maps, but these are the core ones right here: your raindrops, your immolation, your wall power, your profit sharing, or of course your extra credit and your shopping free. Those are the ones that are going to get you guys a lot of points, a lot of time saved, and they're going to really make you guys fly through those, breaking those world records, or at least coming on the top 10 leaderboards. It's a lot of fun to speedrun, guys. I'm super glad that they do this Easter eggs for charity for the kids. It's a really cool thing, so be sure to tune in this Saturday. It starts at 11 PST, so be sure to tune in. Really, it's for charity, it's for a good cause. If you guys have a little bit of extra money to spare, it would definitely be super appreciated if you guys do donate. Of course, I will be donating because I donated last year and I plan to donate every year that they do this. I really like the cause of it. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think the best speedrunning Gobblegum setups are, or if you guys have a Gobblegum that I missed that you guys really like. But without further ado, guys, I'm doing this channel for you guys and my personal enjoyment. Let me know what your guys' best times are on any map when you guys are speedrunning, and I will see you guys in the next one.